Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Learn English with Podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Tony. Today, we are super excited to talk about Common Expressions Part 4.
Yes, that's right. Common expressions are phrases we use a lot in everyday conversations. They make you sound more natural and fluent in English.
Absolutely. Knowing these expressions can help you understand native speakers better. It's like having a secret code to speak English smoothly.
And today, we are going to talk about 8 common expressions. We will explain each one, give examples, and then listen to dialogues using these expressions.
By the end of the show, you'll have some new phrases to use in your conversations. It's going to be fun.
Let's jump right in. The first expression we have today is see eye to eye.
And the second one is once in a blue moon.
Great. Let's explain what see eye to eye means first. Tony, do you want to start?
Sure. See eye to eye means to agree with someone. For example, Nikki and I see eye to eye on most things, right?
Absolutely. We both agree that learning English is awesome.
Do you have any examples from your experience, Nikki?
Yes. My sister and I don't always see eye to eye. She loves early mornings, but I prefer late nights. We have different opinions on this.
That's a good example. Now, let's move to once in a blue moon. This means something happens very rarely.
Right. For example, I eat fast food once in a blue moon, maybe once or twice a year.
Same here. I watch a movie in the cinema once in a blue moon. Usually, I watch movies at home.
Now, let's hear a conversation using these expressions. Remember, the people in the dialogue are not us, but you will hear how these phrases are used in real life.
Hey, do you want to go hiking this weekend?
Hiking? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of hiking.
Really? But you love nature.
Yes, but I don't like walking for hours. We don't see eye to eye on this?
I guess not. I love hiking. I do it whenever I can.
Well, I go hiking once in a blue moon. Maybe once a year.
Wow, that's rare. Maybe we can find something else to do.
Sure. Let's go to the beach instead.
Sounds good. We both see eye to eye on the beach.
Yes, the beach is always fun.
That was a nice dialogue. They used see eye to eye and once in a blue moon well.
Yes, it was clear and simple. I liked how they explained their preferences.
Exactly. It showed that you can have different opinions and still find something fun to do together.
And it's nice to hear how once in a blue moon fits into everyday conversation.
So true. Okay, now, let's move on to our next 2 expressions.
That's right. Our next expressions are to add insult to injury and no pain, no gain.
Let's start with to add insult to injury. This means to make a bad situation even worse.
Yes, like when something bad happens, and then something else makes it feel even worse.
For example, my friend lost his job, and then his car broke down the same day. That really added insult to injury.
Oh wow, that's tough. I remember one time I was late for an important meeting, and on top of that I spilled coffee on my shirt right before walking in.
That's definitely adding insult to injury. Now, let's talk about no pain, no gain. This means you have to work hard to achieve something.
Right. If you want to succeed, you have to put in the effort even if it's hard or painful.
For example, my cousin trained every day for a marathon. It was hard work, but she knew that no pain, no gain.
Absolutely. I remember learning to play the piano. My fingers hurt so much at first, but I kept practicing because no pain, no gain.
Great examples, Tony. Now, let's hear a conversation using these expressions.
Hey, you look stressed. What's up?
Today was awful. I got a flat tire on the way to work.
Oh no, that's bad luck.
And to add insult to injury, it started raining while I was changing the tire.
That's terrible. Did you get to work on time?
Barely. But I was soaked and late for my meeting.
Sounds like a rough day. Did anything go right?
Well, I went to my evening class. It was tough, but worth it.
Evening class? What are you studying?
I'm learning Spanish. It's hard, but no pain, no gain.
Good for you. It's great you're sticking with it.
Thanks. Even though today was rough, I'm glad I didn't give up.
That's the spirit. Keep going, and it will pay off.
Absolutely. No pain, no gain.
That was a good conversation. They used to add insult to injury and no pain, no gain very well.
Yes, it was clear and easy to understand. I liked how they explained their tough day but ended on a positive note.
It's a good reminder that even when things go wrong, we can still find ways to improve and keep moving forward.
And it shows how important it is to stay positive and persevere no matter what.
Absolutely. Now let's move on to our next two expressions.
Sure. The next expressions are giving someone the cold shoulder and the last straw. Let's start with giving someone the cold shoulder. This means to ignore someone or be unfriendly.
Right. Like when you're mad at someone and don't want to talk to them.
For example, if someone didn't invite you to their party, you might give them the cold shoulder the next day.
That's a good example. I remember once my friend was upset with me and she gave me the cold shoulder for a whole week.
Ouch. But it happens. Now, let's talk about the last straw. This means the final problem that makes you lose patience.
Exactly. It's like when you can't take it anymore because of one last thing.
For instance, if your roommate keeps making a mess, and then they spill juice on your favorite book. That's the last straw.
Yes, I've been there. My old roommate borrowed my things without asking. The last straw was when he took my laptop without telling me.
That would definitely be the last straw for me too. Now, let's hear a conversation using these expressions.
Hey, are you okay? You seem upset.
Yeah, I'm really annoyed with Sarah.
What happened?
She didn't invite me to her birthday party.
Really? That's surprising.
I know. And when I saw her yesterday, she acted like nothing happened. I gave her the cold shoulder.
Wow. Did she notice?
I think so, but she didn't say anything. Then, today, she borrowed my book without asking. That was the last straw.
Oh no, not your favorite book.
Yes. I told her she has to stop doing that.
How did she react?
She apologized, but I'm still upset.
I understand. Sometimes it takes a while to get over things like that.
Yes, but I hope she gets the message now.
I'm sure she will. Giving her the cold shoulder probably made her think.
I hope so. I don't want to lose a friend, but she needs to respect my things.
That was an interesting conversation. They used giving someone the cold shoulder and the last straw really well.
Yes, it was clear and easy to follow. I liked how they showed the progression of feelings.
It's a good reminder that communication is important, and sometimes we need to set boundaries.
Absolutely. It's important to let people know when something bothers you before it becomes the last straw.
Very true. We hope you're enjoying the show.
Sure. Now, let's move on to our next two expressions.
Yes. Our next expressions are the elephant in the room and to cost an arm and a leg.
Let's start with the elephant in the room. This means a big problem that everyone knows about but no one wants to talk about.
Right. It's like when there's something obvious that people are avoiding.
For example, if a company is losing money but no one at the meeting mentions it, that's the elephant in the room.
Good example. I remember when our team had a big disagreement but no one wanted to talk about it. It was definitely the elephant in the room.
That's a common situation. Now, let's talk about to cost an arm and a leg. This means something is very expensive.
Yes, like when you have to pay a lot of money for something.
For instance, my friend wanted to buy a designer bag, but it cost an arm and a leg.
I remember saving up for my first car. It felt like it cost an arm and a leg, but it was worth it.
Great examples, Tony. Now, let's hear a conversation using these expressions.
Hey, did you see the prices for the new smartphones?
Yes,
They cost an arm and a leg.
I know, right? I can't believe how expensive they are.
Me neither. It's crazy.
By the way, did you notice how no one talks about the budget cuts at work?
Oh, that's the elephant in the room for sure.
Exactly. Everyone knows about it, but no one says anything.
It's like they're pretending it's not happening.
Yeah, but we all feel the impact.
Definitely. We need to address it sooner or later.
Agreed. Ignoring it won't make it go away.
Maybe we should bring it up at the next meeting.
Good idea. Someone has to mention the elephant in the room.
That was a good conversation. They used the elephant in the room and to cost an arm and a leg really well.
Yes, it was clear and easy to follow. I liked how they discussed both topics naturally.
It's a good reminder that we sometimes need to face uncomfortable truths instead of ignoring them.
Absolutely. And it also shows how expensive things can sometimes feel overwhelming.
Very true.
Let's take some time to review the 8 common expressions we've talked about today.
That's right. It's always good to go over what we've learned. Let's start from the top.
The first expression was see eye to eye. This means to agree with someone. For example, my friend and I see eye to eye on most things.
The second expression was once in a blue moon. This means something happens very rarely. For example, I go to the beach once in a blue moon.
Next, we had to add insult to injury. This means to make a bad situation even worse. For example, I missed my bus, and to add insult to injury, it started raining.
Then we talked about no pain, no gain. This means you have to work hard to achieve something. For example, I practice guitar every day because no pain, no gain.
Our fifth expression was giving someone the cold shoulder. This means to ignore someone or be unfriendly. For example, she gave me the cold shoulder after our argument.
The sixth expression was the last straw. This means the final problem that makes you lose patience. For example, his constant lateness was the last straw for me.
Then we discussed the elephant in the room. This means a big problem that everyone knows about but no one wants to talk about. For example, we need to talk about the budget cuts. It's the elephant in the room.
And finally, we talked about to cost an arm and a leg. This means something is very expensive. For example, that new phone costs an arm and a leg.
Great summary, Tony. Now, let's hear a new conversation using all of these expressions. Pay attention to how they fit naturally into the dialogue.
Hey, are you going to buy the new laptop?
I want to, but it costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, technology can be so expensive these days.
Speaking of expensive, did you hear about the new office renovation?
Yes, but no one's talking about how much it's going to cost. It's the elephant in the room.
I know, right? Everyone's avoiding the topic.
And to add insult to injury, we still don't have a clear budget.
That's frustrating. By the way, did you see John and Lisa talking again?
No, she's still giving him the cold shoulder after their big fight.
Wow, that's tough. I guess they don't see eye to eye on anything anymore.
Seems like it. And you know what? I only see them talk once in a blue moon.
It's sad. I think the last straw was when John forgot her birthday.
Ouch. That would be the last straw for me, too.
On a brighter note, how's your training going?
It's hard, but I'm sticking with it. No pain, no gain, right?
Absolutely. Keep it up. You're doing great.
That was a great conversation. They used all the expressions naturally.
Yes, it was clear and easy to follow. I liked how they talked about different situations.
It's a good reminder that these expressions can fit into many types of conversations.
Absolutely. Whether you're talking about work, friends, or personal goals, these phrases are really useful.
And they make your English sound more natural and fluent.
Exactly. So, let's quickly recap one more time. We talked about see eye to eye, once in a blue moon, to add insult to injury, no pain, no gain, giving someone the cold shoulder, the last straw, the elephant in the room, and to cost an arm and a leg.
Yes, and remember to practice using these expressions in your conversations.
That's right. The more you use them, the more natural they will feel.
We hope you've enjoyed learning about these common expressions with us today.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun.
We hope you found the explanations, examples, and conversations helpful.
Remember, the best way to improve your English is to practice regularly. Try using these expressions in your daily conversations.
And don't forget to listen to our podcast every day. We have lots of episodes to help you learn and practice English.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast. It helps us reach more people who want to improve their English.
Also, give us a like and share this podcast with your friends and family. The more, the merrier.
And don't forget to leave us a comment or a review. We love hearing from our listeners and knowing how we can help you better.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be back with more useful expressions and tips in our next episode.
Until then, keep practicing, stay positive, and have fun with your English learning journey.
See you next time on Learn English with Podcast.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.